Hey there. Today, we're going to take a quiet look at a fundamental part of how the internet works, something that happens all the time, but we don't always think about. We're going to explore how a website actually listens to you.
I mean, it seems so simple, doesn't it? You type your name, you click a button, and poof, the next page magically knows who you are. Well, it's not magic. It's actually a really elegant and simple conversation happening just behind the scenes. And this ability to listen, well, it's absolutely essential. It's what transforms the web from just a bunch of static pages into a truly interactive experience. Think about it. Without this, we wouldn't have logins, online shopping, or those personalized greetings. Every website would just be a one-way street. It's the server's ability to read the information you send that makes the web feel alive, like it's responding directly to you. Just look at this example here. For the server to create a simple, personalized page that says, "Hello, Bob," it first had to receive the name Bob from your browser. This tiny little exchange is the foundation of almost everything we do online. So how does that information, your name or anything else you type into a form, actually get from your browser to the server? Well, let's imagine it travels in a digital envelope. The moment you click that submit button, your browser bundles up all the data from the form, the name you entered, the options you selected, and it gets it ready to send across the internet. And it puts it all, neatly packaged right inside that digital envelope. Now, it's not a real envelope, of course, but it's a great way to think about this structured digital message that holds all the crucial information. And in the world of Java servlets, this digital envelope has a proper name. It's called the HTTP servlet request object. Or, we just call it the request object for short. The server receives this object, and its entire job is basically to open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so the server has this request object. Now what? How does it actually read the information inside? It turns out there are a few very straightforward ways, and each one is designed for a different kind of task. We can really break it down into three simple scenarios. First, how do we get just one specific piece of information? Second, what if one item has multiple values? And third, how can we just peek inside and see everything that was sent all at once? The most common thing you'll do is just grab one specific piece of information. Think of it like looking for a particular item on a list. And to do this, we use a method called getParameter. The code for this is beautifully simple. You're just telling the request object, hey, get the parameter with the name, and it hands you back whatever the user typed in. In our example, it would give us back the string Bob. And what's really cool is that you can often see these parameters right in the URL, especially with something called a GET request. See that name equals Bob at the end? That's the parameter. The getParameter name code on the server is literally designed to find that name part and pull out its value, which is Bob. But what happens when one parameter can have more than one value? Imagine a form where you're asked to check off all your hobbies. You might check reading, hiking, and coding. How does the server get all three of those? So for this, we use a slightly different tool. While getParameterID is perfect for a single value like a username, we use getParameterValues for these multi-value situations. Instead of just one string, it gives us back a whole list of all the values that were selected. And finally, what if you want to see everything the user sent without having to ask for each parameter by its name? For that, we have getParameterMap. This gives you a complete map of every single parameter and its values, all in one go. So, just to recap, we have three different tools for three different jobs. You can grab a single value, a list of values, or just get everything at once. This is actually a really great example of thoughtful design, giving you just the right tool for the job to keep your code clean and organized. Once you understand this simple exchange, you really start to see the web differently. It's no longer just a series of pages you're clicking through. You start to see the conversation. You'll notice the parameters in the URL after a search. You'll understand what's happening when you log in or add something to your shopping cart. It's this quiet, invisible dialogue between your browser and the server. And now, you know the language it speaks. And that's really what it's all about. This simple act of sending a request and reading its parameters is the very first, most essential step. It's the start of building applications that can truly listen and respond and create a web that feels like it was made just for you.